Raise your hand if you'd like to be rich. Me too. Today you won't hear any get-rich-quick schemes or tips on hitting the lottery. Just some common sense that leads to dollars and cents. I am not financially rich. And like many people, over the past couple of months, my net worth has gone down. But I invite you to join me on a quest for gold and glory. Picture yourself squeezed into a New York City apartment that had 9 kids, 2 parents, and criminals from the South Bronx just outside the door. This was my childhood. My father would often come home and announce, "There's no jobs for film editors. I hope to work this weekend at Yankee Stadium selling peanuts." I loved him, and he tried, but poverty seemed to be our lot in life. Dinners at our home were like speed eating contests because if you wanted a second plate of pasta, you had to beat out 11 other hungry mouths. Have you ever eaten so fast that you didn't even smell or taste the food? My mother was like the manager of a baseball team that always struggled to score runs. But she knew how to stretch a buck. She would tell us to take a walk or get hit by a pitch. Then we would steal a base or two, and hopefully somebody would make an error so we could score a run. I marveled at her ability to make ends meet and asked her, "Mother, how'd you do it?" She said, "I listened to Ben Franklin. Penny saved is a penny earned." Have you ever wanted something so bad that you worked for it, you saved up for it, and you invested in it? Well, I did. As number 8 out of 9 kids, I got used to wearing hand-me-down clothes. Some of these clothes came from my 5 sisters. Then I got my first job as a paperboy delivering the New York Daily News. I loved the work. But then when I got paid, for the first time in my life, I went to the store, the Gap, and bought with my own money a pair of red bell-bottom jeans. I felt like Superman. Then my mother hit me with a dose of financial reality. "Robert, you're making $25 a week. From now on, $10 to me for room and board." What? I'm not even a teenager yet. My older brother jumps in. "Wait till you start paying taxes, too." But here I learned the fundamental formula for stress-free finance. Work, save, and invest. This became my golden rule and long-term plan. If I keep working, saving, and investing, by the time I'm 18, I'm moving out. No more food stamps. But if you were with us on Friday nights in our living room, you'd see my mother sitting on a battered couch, looking through her glasses at a black and white TV. And although she didn't like my long hair or that I was a singer in a rock band and many other things, we bonded over one program, Wall Street Week. She'd often say, "At least one of my 9 children likes the stock market." All these decades later, I still get goosebumps when I think of that. Program host Lou Rukeyser appears saying, "Economics puts people to sleep. Money wakes them up." She and I would smile at his mannerisms and quotes. Then she'd say, "Wall Street invests in your future. It's lifted millions of people from poverty to prosperity, and I want to be one of them." Then I'd tell her about the research I was doing, what life was like before Alexander Hamilton launched the New York Stock Exchange. It was back-breaking labor from sunrise to sunset. Women spent hours just washing clothes by hand. Does Wall Street ever get credit for liberating us from so much manual labor? What is the popular perception and portrayal of financiers? Evil, greedy fat cats who create no value, just move other people's money around. and collect big bonuses, or Bernie Madoff. But do you know what Wall Street actually does? One thing, it matches those who have money and want to invest it with those who want money to borrow to finance their ideas. Is this good? Imagine your life without any Apple products, no iPhone, iTunes, MacBook Pro, none of that. Then understand that without Wall Street funding, Apple is just two guys working on a computer in a garage. Or think about renting out your spare bedroom to total strangers. Sounds a bit risky, right? But Wall Street and financiers take on that risk by funding Airbnb and other companies like them. So Wall Street invests in your future by putting your money to its most productive use. Even if you lose money in the stock market, you still benefit by the thousands of products and services that flow through the street, including Zoom technology, which is the way most of us are communicating recently. By the way, Zoom stock has doubled since January. How did I miss that? So when you think of Wall Street, remember the man who put it on the map and who's literally buried down there. The $10 founding father without a father who got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter. It was Alexander Hamilton's financial policies that took America from bankruptcy to prosperity. And although my mother never lived to see her financial dreams realized, she planted in me that burning desire to go for gold. Thank you, dearest mother. What about you? Even though this pandemic is going on, you still have the power to choose how you work, save, and invest. But if you want to prosper, it's common sense to say thank you to the one place that puts your money to its best use and invests in your future, Wall Street.